Hi everybody, and thank you for coming back to this edition of Celebrity Signings. For those of you who have watched my previous videos, you'll know that I didn't actually do an April update, mainly because I just didn't really get anything in the post to warrant doing the video. It had been far too short. So what I've done is I've rolled April and May together into hopefully what's a much more interesting video of all of my successes from April and May this year. So I will crack straight on with the first reply, or the first item that I picked up in April. This was Wednesday the 4th of April, and it was a signed by the author copy of John Barrowman's Anything Goes. For those of you who don't know, John is probably best known as Captain Jack Harkness in Doctor Who and Torchwood, and is a new addition to my Doctor Who collection. Don't have anything signed by John up until this point, but I picked up this book for a really decent price, actually, to be perfectly honest, and the book is signed inside, as you can see, limited edition, signed by John. So this is a brand new addition to my Doctor Who and Torchwood collection, and it's great to finally get John signed on something, because he doesn't tend to do many events over in the UK, and when he does, they're pretty expensive. So to pick this up for less than a tenner was an absolute bargain. So my first success is this signed book from John Barrowman. And next we had, this was a through the mail success from Shirley Henderson, probably best known from Harry Potter as Moaning Myrtle, Trainspotting, Doctor Who, and basically tons of other stuff. This was through the mail request, as I said. It took about 4 months, which was a pretty good turnaround. And Shirley signed both my pictures. She signed this one, which is of her as Moaning Myrtle. It says, "Hi from Shirley Henderson, ghosts rule okay," which I think is what she tends to put on most of the Moaning Myrtle pictures that she gets. And I also sent her this, which is from Irvine Welsh's film Filth. I love Trainspotting and Irvine Welsh novels and adaptations, but I couldn't find a decent quality picture in Trainspotting, so I got this one from Filth instead, which is a great film if you haven't seen it. So yeah, two replies from Shirley Henderson in about 4 months, which was really, really good. The next set of autographs I got were some new additions again to my Doctor Who collection from Annette Badland. These took about 10 days, which is ridiculously quick turnaround for a through the mail post. She's a new addition, as I say. I probably didn't pick the best pictures. I like this one. This is nice enough, but you can't really read the autograph because it's very, very dark in the middle where her jacket is. But the next one I really shouldn't have sent at all because it's terrible. I sent her this, which I liked at the time, which is like a spoof of a Western Mail newspaper. But you can barely see the autograph because, of course, it's written over type print and black type print. So I probably made a bit of a cock up on this one by sending this picture, but that's fine because she's a very, very quick replier. And if I do want anything else, I guess I can always send her again. But yes, some new additions from Annette Badland to my autograph collection. Up next, I went to see the musical The Band just after Christmas, which was brilliant, and I've decided to write to all of the cast members, so I've written them in groups. It's about 3 groups of cast members, and this is the first one I got back from the girls who play the younger versions of the older characters in the storyline. I won't give too much away. So it's Faye Crystal, Katie Clayton, Rochelle Diedrichs, Sarah Kate Howarth and Lauren Jacobs, and they all signed and returned it to me with a letter as well, which was really nice of them, basically saying how much they appreciated the letter, loved doing the show, and some other details that are personal to the letter, so I shan't reveal them. I'm hopefully waiting on the male cast from the band and the older female cast from the band to come back at some point, but this is the first of the responses back, which is great, and definitely, if you haven't seen The Band, it is well worth it. I'm not a fan of musicals per se, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was great, so definitely worth going to see if you ever get the chance. Next up are these 2 autographs from the awesome Frank Skinner. This was a through the mail request. It took about a month, which is really good. This one is from Frank as his character from Mummy on the Orient Express. So a new addition to my Doctor Who collection, but I didn't want to just send him Doctor Who stuff because actually I couldn't find that many decent quality pictures of him, and being of a certain age, I remember the TV show Fantasy Football League that he did with oh god, what's his name? David Baddiel, that's it, David Baddiel. So Frank Skinner and David Baddiel. So I might try and get David to sign this if I can. But it was quite a nice, funny little picture, which I sent off to him to sign as well. But I particularly like this one, and this is a new addition again to my Doctor Who collection. And really cool. And again, very, very fast turnaround, about a month, which is great. So cheers, Frank. Next autograph I got is a purchase. It's from Margaret Nolan, who is probably best known from the sort of handful of Carry On films that she did, but she's also been in at least 1 or 2, I think, James Bond films. I think she was in Witchfinder General, in a fairly small role in Witchfinder General, but she pretty much doesn't sign through the mail. She only signs autographs you purchase or at certain events. And as I've got a carry-on collection, but she isn't in it yet, and unfortunately she's not getting any younger, I thought I'd write to her and pick this picture, which is a promotional picture for, I think, one of the James Bond films, which she signed and returned to me pretty quickly. I really like it. It's a great picture. She looks amazing in it, so yeah, really happy to get that back from Margaret Nolan. I may purchase another going forward because I really like the Witchfinder General one as well, which is a great film, so I might purchase one of those in the future. The next autograph I got, and I'm into May now, by the way, I should have probably said, and I didn't, so apologies, but I'm into May. The last couple of autographs have been from May. And the next ones I got were from Joanna Lumley, probably best known for Absolutely Fabulous, the New Avengers, and loads of stuff like that. Really like this picture of her as Patsy, and she's written Carl, cheers, sweetie, which I really liked, which is really cool. The likelihood of getting Jennifer Saunders to sign it is pretty much impossible. I think she doesn't tend to do through the mail, but that's fine. I really like the Joanna Lumley one, so that's cool. And the other one I sent was this, which is a sort of much older shot. I had a hell of a job trying to crop this for the photograph. I don't know what happened. It just would not. I could not get it to fit the photograph properly. So actually, it's probably not quite as nice as I would have liked. But I sent it off to her anyway because I'd already printed it out. And she signed it. Love to Carl from Joanna Lumley. A really quick turnaround again. This was about a month, so no time at all really, and really cool addition to the collection there. Next autographs I got were actually in-person signings at Cardiff Film and Comic Con. I didn't actually get these myself. A friend of mine went to the event because I wasn't able to make it. I gave him some money and he purchased these for me directly from Peter, which is brilliant. So thanks, Adam, if you happen to be watching. I don't have anything from Peter in my collection. For those who don't know, Peter Purves, probably to me anyway, best known as Stephen Taylor in the William Hartnell period. So he was one of the companions of William Hartnell. So Adam met Peter at Cardiff Film and Comic Con and got this picture signed, but he wasn't actually particularly that pleased with the quality of pictures of the air. You can see this actually isn't that great a picture. So he happened to be going to another event in Chiswick then a week or so later. Peter was there again, so he picked me up this one too, which is a much nicer quality picture of Peter. It's pretty much the same shot more or less, but it's a much nicer picture. And again, so now I have two pictures from Peter Purves to add to my Doctor Who collection, which is brilliant. And I know I'm expecting one more companion signed photo from a private sign-in next month, so that'd be quite cool, and it's a really hard to get companion as well, so I'm really looking forward to getting that one in the mail very shortly, but I won't spoil that until later. So yeah, in-person signings from Peter Purves at 2 Comic-Con events. The next autograph I got was actually from Adam again, so again, thank you, Adam. Adam decided to go up to London and try and get some autographs from venues up in London, and while he was there, he picked me up a Alfred Enoch picture, probably best known as Dean Thomas in Harry Potter, but he's also been in the How to Get Away with Murder series, which is really good as well. Adam met Dean outside the show, and had a couple of spare photographs with him, so got Alfred to sign me this picture. My Doctor Who knowledge is fairly decent, but I had zero idea whatsoever that Alfred Enoch is actually the son of William Russell, who was Ian Chesterton, the original companion for William Hartnell. How bonkers is that? How did I not know that? I don't know. But there we go. So there is a Doctor Who link here as well with this Alfred Enoch picture, in that he is William Russell's son. So there we go. So really pleased. Thanks, Adam, for that, and a really nice addition to my Harry Potter collection, which is great. And finally, for May, these two pictures I sent to Mark Donovan. Mark was at a venue, which I got in touch with him via his website. I wrote to his agent, and his agent sent it off to his address, and it came back to me RTS, because they had an address on file for him that was about 10 years old. So I contacted him via his website, and he gave me the details of the show he's actually in at the moment. Mark's probably, well, to me anyway, best known as this character far back left, which is the hulking zombie from Shaun of the Dead. He's also been in at least one of the other Cornetto trilogy films as well. I think it was The World's End that he was in, which is really cool. So I sent this zombie picture to Mark, which he signed. I really want to get an autograph from the lady on the right hand side, but unfortunately I failed to track her down. Simon Pegg's not going to happen because he doesn't sign anything you send to him. but I'm really trying to do some sleuthing at the moment to try and track down, I think she's called Fiona Cunningham, the actress on the right hand side, but I've had no luck whatsoever so far. But if I can, I'm going to try and send this off and get it multi-signed at some point. But Mark also signed this picture, because there was only two I could find of him really from Shaun of the Dead that were good quality. But he's in the background over to the left of this picture, and I really like that too. So I sent this to him via Venue, and he sent it back probably about a week and a half later, which is a brilliant turnaround. And that's it for April and May. I hope you enjoyed these pictures that I've had so far. As I mentioned in the last couple of videos, I am going to do a little extra thing at the end of these, which is people I met over the last couple of months, celebrities I just happened to bump into or met at venues. So that will be following very shortly. Thank you. Hi there everybody, and as promised, here it is, the last little bit of my video. Three photos that I had taken this last month, I should say, and with people who I all met, weirdly enough, on exactly the same afternoon, which was quite bizarre. The first one was this one, and you probably recognise at least one of the people in this video, one of them not being me. But hopefully both. The lady in the middle is Cheryl Ferguson, probably best known from EastEnders. She played Heather in EastEnders, but she was also in Doctor Who as well. And the lady to the far left is Rebecca Wheatley, who was in Casualty. I think she was one of the paramedics in Casualty for quite some time. They were doing a show in Cardiff, but I wasn't intending on meeting them or anything like that. I just literally happened to be walking to a different event in Cardiff and bumped into these two ladies, and they stopped and asked whether I knew where they could get something nice to eat, and I said yep, and pointed in the right direction, but said any chance of a photograph. So they both popped in and let me take a picture with them, which was really cool. So that's Cheryl Ferguson and Rebecca Wheatley. The next person I met that same evening then is this gentleman, Mark Lewis Jones, again probably recognised by a lot of people. He has been in absolutely tons of stuff. He's been in the series Stella, which is absolutely awesome. I don't want to brag, but I've been in Stella myself. He has been in the recent series Keeping Faith, for those who've seen it. It's absolutely superb. He was in Being Human. He was in Merlin. He was in Torchwood, and most recently he's played the role of Captain Kennedy in The Last Jedi, the recent Star Wars movie as well. The story behind this is I actually went to a book signing for Ruth Jones, the actress Ruth Jones, who was in Little Britain, Stella, loads of stuff like that, Gavin and Stacey. And what I didn't realise when I went to the book signing is, apart from me and about 4 other people, everybody else at this book signing were her family, friends, and former cast stars from different programmes, which was a little bit awkward when I got there. But I thought, to hell with it, I don't care, I'm going to stay. I didn't get anything signed because, to be honest, I'm a bit of a stinge and I didn't want to pay for the book that Ruth was signing. But I did manage to meet Mark, who was there, and he was quite happy to grab a picture with me. The reason I look so tired, and I really do look tired in this picture, is basically because it was the end of a working day and I'd spent 2 hours waiting after work to go to this event to actually meet Ruth. So I met Mark Lewis Jones, which is brilliant, and then I met the awesome Ruth Jones as well. She was at the signing, as I say, and I managed to nab her for a photo. You probably recognise Ruth, as I've already mentioned, as Nessa in Gavin and Stacey. She's been in Little Britain with Matt Lucas in a lot of sketches, and of course she's played the title role Stella in Stella as well, amongst loads of other stuff. And I've met her once or twice before, but in a kind of more professional capacity, but this is the first chance I've had to grab a picture with her, and she was very friendly, very happy to take photos. So that's it. Those are the 3 people I met randomly, all in the same night, I should say, and managed to get pictures with, which is really cool. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and do all that YouTubey stuff that people normally ask people to do. And hopefully, all being well, and all being the fact that I get some autographs at all in June, I'll see you at the end of June for a roundup of all the cool stuff I've received. Thanks very much, and hopefully speak to you all again soon. Bye-bye.